Good morning. So today I want to talk to you guys about purpose. So I think it's a lot that goes into this conversation when it comes down to having a purpose and what your purpose is or what you feel like your purpose is. So one thing about me is I feel like I've always known what my purpose was. I've known what I'm here on earth for, and I know exactly what I'm working towards. I know exactly what I want. I kind of had a late start with my life because I started out from nothing, like completely nothing. And I got my first apartment when I was 17 years old. So I have never got a chance to be like a teenager or a chance to be a young adult or a chance to be anything. I've always had to be an adult. So I've always had to be, I'm not going to say burdened with but that's kind of what I'm going towards. Like, I've always had to be responsible. So recently, I hear people talking about relationships, and sometimes they say, if a pretty girl doesn't have a boyfriend, or she's still single by now, then that means that she has to be crazy or something like that, or that it's her fault. So I just honestly don't agree with that. And it doesn't have to be, if I see a male and he's handsome and he's still single, I'm not thinking that, he's crazy or something. I'm just thinking he's had a bunch of relationships, or he has some type of standards that didn't work out, or as people who didn't work out in his life. So that's sometimes what happens with anyone. If you have a specific type of standard that you are working towards, honestly, sometimes you just don't stay in relationships with people long because you know exactly what it is that you're looking for. So, I've had some good relationships. I've had people who treated me really kind, who treated me nice, and I still have had an issue with staying in a relationship. Is because relationships has never been like top tier in my life. I've never been like, oh, I'm going to get married and that's going to be it. That's going to be my life. I'm going to be a married woman who has children and who has this and who has that. And there's nothing wrong with having those expectations and having that want in your life, but there also has to be another thing that goes coexist with you being a woman, because sometimes when people become mothers they stop living. Sometimes when people get in relationships they stop living, and I like people who teach me things. I like to have a man who is confident in themselves, and they teach me about finances, talk to me about love and God, and basically have a specific, you know, way they live. And if they live that way and bring me along with them as well, that's what I have been consistently showing others. I feel like I have been the one who's consistently saying, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm doing. And I feel like in my heart, I still have to have a certain standard or something that I have to bring to the table as well. So when someone is single, it doesn't mean that they're crazy. You can call someone whatever you want to call them, but unless you have ever had to walk a day in their shoes, you would never have an idea of what a person has had to deal with. Some people are mother's boys. Some girls are daddy's girls. You got some girls who are spoiled by their mother as well. Some people who grew up with both of their parents. I haven't had that luxury, so that's just something that I have to say out loud. Sometimes when you have a late start in life, you have to figure it all out by yourself. And unfortunately, it seems like you're behind everyone else. But as long as you continue to save your money, continue to keep doing what you're doing, be consistent in whatever it is that you're working in, your idea of success is gonna top all of that stereotype where people think that they can talk to you or tell you what your what you being successful is. And I don't believe in someone else coming to me and saying, oh, just because you don't have kids yet, or just because you don't have a husband or a boyfriend and you've been single, you should be this far along, but you don't have any idea of the struggle or what I've had to go through, so you wouldn't know. Now, I haven't had anyone say this to me in a while, but I do see comments like this sometimes. whenever I'm on Instagram or if I ever go on Facebook or something like that, I see people say things like that. And I just think that people are being very unfair when it comes down to this type of thing, because being in a relationship just doesn't have to be, oh, I'm in a relationship now, so I have everything. You have so many people who are in relationships who are unhappy that, you have to understand that that's just not all there is. So when it comes down to your purpose, I want you to think about it. Think about what you're here on earth for. Think about what you believe you're here on earth for, and just go with that. I'm happy. I'm happy with who I am, who I'm becoming every single day. I've made so much progress in my life. Let's say where I started from, especially. I'm just happy. I don't have anyone that I have depending on me to do something for them. I don't have people in my life because I have something, because no one knows what I have. I don't broadcast anything. I'm not a broadcaster. See ya. So, because of that reason, I don't have a lot of drama in my life and a whole bunch of people in and out, because everyone who is friends with me know that I am very picky or particular about the people who are in my circle. I just don't invite anyone in. I'm not that person. And if I find that you have any type of drama, that you bringing any type of drama to my life, I know how to cut it off completely. So, and I can love you from a distance. Just because somebody don't talk to you, it doesn't mean that they mad at you, yo. I'm just saying. You don't have to be upset with someone just not to talk to them. You just don't socialize, because I don't see myself becoming friends with someone who I'm always going to have to defend myself against, who I'm always going to have to disagree with, or somebody's going to have to disagree with me. I don't disagree with people a lot. You know why? Because I don't have an opinion a lot about the things that other people do that affects them only. If it affects you and 12 other people, that's you. If it doesn't affect me, I don't directly have an opinion about it, or I don't voice my opinion towards it. If I say something and I hear you keep constantly saying it and bringing it to me, and you're expecting a response from me, of course I will tell you what I think if that's what you want. But be prepared to hear exactly what I have to say. But I don't like for people to think, oh, she know everything. She's rubbing her opinion off on me. I don't like that feeling of people thinking I know everything, because I don't. I know what affects me, and I know what aggravates me. And if it seems like it's gonna give me conflict, I just stay away from it. Period. Um, I'm just a very laid back person in that way. I've cut people off, family, whoever it is. I have cut them off, and I pray for them in silence. I pray for them and for their good things to happen for them, and for whatever it is, I am still praying for you. I still love you. It doesn't mean I love you less. I just don't want to involve myself in that energy. You know what I'm saying? I don't live my life in that way. So that's just me. I think that I have a purpose in life, and I won't say it out loud right here on this platform at this time. And I'm continuing to work on everything that I'm doing. But I've been happy. The most happiest I've ever been is just consistently working on what I'm thinking, what I'm doing with my life, and not even concerned about anyone else in their thing. Now, if you come to me and you need my help for whatever it is, and I know that I can help you, I would love to do that for you. But I won't just force myself into someone's life and into their thing when I know that they have something else going on, and thinking that I can tell them what to do. Because one thing I've learned is that you can't make anyone do anything if they don't want to. If someone doesn't want to be a part of your journey in your life, they're not going to be a part of your journey or your life. And if they don't want to save money, they're not going to save. If they want to work a different type of job than you're this or that, it's okay. it's okay for people to make different decisions than what you're making. I don't expect people to do the same things that I do. I just expect people to know their purpose. And if they want to be a part of my life, especially if they want to be a boyfriend, a husband, or anything more to me than a friend, I expect something different to come out of you and something very special for me to stay there. I can't just stay with someone who I don't feel like. If I ask you if I ask you what you're working on, you can't tell me that. I don't like that feeling of me constantly trying to, and I feel like you're turning me into a nag now because I can't, and people don't owe you that. They don't owe you an explanation about what they're doing, what they're working on. But if you're in a relationship, being honest, eventually, and you want to share bank accounts or share anything, I want to keep all that separately. But it's a certain something of agreement that I want to reach with someone, not a prenup or anything like that, but a certain understanding that I want to have with the person who I date so that we can be on the same page. If you won't do anything else with a partner, being on the same page is important. So when it comes down to knowing your purpose and doing all of those things, they all come into one. Because if you know your purpose, you know that you won't accept someone who doesn't do these things. And you can't make them do it, and you just don't try. I'm not going to try to make you do anything if we're together. I'm not going to be checking your phone, asking you if you're cheating on me, doing any of those things. If we come to an agreement and I trust you and I want to be with you and you want to be with me, we have this understanding and we're going to work at this together, then we're doing it. But if I find out that you are not this type of person, you don't want to do that, I'm cutting you off. Period. You can't be in part of my circle if I can't trust you. You're either going to be on the ship or you're going to be off the ship. So let me know what you guys think in the comment if you want to. If you like to subscribe to my channel. If not, thank you so much for watching my channel. Don't forget to keep those positive vibes, and I'll see you in the next video later.